Okay, so we are going to continue working our gas law problems using the combined gas law, and we are going to turn our attention. This problem is going to now talk about the number of particles. So as we read the problem, we're looking for information that we know to fill into the equation and solve for the information that we're missing. So we're going to ignore these last two boxes in the chart. Let's see if we can identify in the problem the um, any information that we already know. Sam's bike tire contains 15 units of air particles. We're going to let that stand for the N, the number of particles, and has a volume of 160 milliliters, so that'll be our V1. Under these conditions, the pressure reads 13 psi. That's going to be our P1. The tire develops a leak. Uh-oh. It now contains 10 units, so that was N1, this will be N2, 10 units of air and has contracted to a volume of 150, so that'll be our V2. What would the tire pressure be now? So we're going to be looking for P2 in our equation. Now, we haven't seen the number of particles in the equation yet, but let's try to remember what was the relationship between volume and number of particles. If the number of particles goes up, if the number of particles increases, then we will also see an increase in the volume if we keep pressure and temperature constant. So what kind of relationship is this? It'll be a direct relationship. So we would say V1 over N1 equals V2 over N2. So we can use this part of the gas laws equation to work our problem here. So let's figure out what do we have and where can we put all of this. So 15 units is our first volume, and the tire leaks to 10 units of gas. We said that the P1 is 13 psi, and oh shoot, I got that mixed up. Let me back up. Let's pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, the N is 15 units of particles and 10 units after the leak. Now, the volume of that is 160 milliliters, and it leaks down to 150 milliliters. We're going to let the T stay constant. So let's use what we know in the gas laws formula and solve for the missing pressure. P1 times V1 over N1 equals, you know what, let me write all that down for you guys because I don't have it over here. P1 V1 N1 equals P2 V2 N2. Now let's fill in what we know. 13 times 160 divided by 15 equals, we're using P2, we're looking for P2, that can be our X, times 150 over 10. Now, from here, you can do all kinds of different algebra ways to do this. You could simplify this part of the equation. You could simplify this part of the equation. You could do a cross multiply. You could multiply by the reciprocal. I think that's what I'm going to choose to do. So to get rid of this 10 and 150, I'm going to multiply both sides of this equation by the reciprocal of 150 over 10. This is going to leave me P2 for my answer. So in my calculator, everything in the numerator we multiply, and everything in the denominator we divide. So I'm going to put in 10 times 13 times 160 divided by 150 divided by 15 gives me 9.24. And these are PSIs because my original unit of pressure was PSI. So let's see, have we given our answer in the correct number of significant digits? Well, when I look at the number 10, there's only one significant digit there. So I would take 9.24, I would take 9.2 psi, and I would also take 9. I would also take 9 psi. All of those would be considered correct.